Yeah. Man, ready to talk, yeah?
Yeah, ready.
All right, man. Let's get into this. What's everyone saying? Are you man good?
Good, bro.
Good?
Yeah, healthy, man.
Yeah, man. It's the weekend. The sun is shining. I got my basketball top on. Vince
It's not
Carter
shining that much,
retro.
though, is
It's
it?
shining. It's 20 degrees, bro.
20.
20.
You know what? It's not. It's not shining, but the weather's nice.
Nice. The
It's
sun is out. The blue
I feel like
skies.
bright. It's been bright.
Oh, it is 21
Yeah,
degrees,
man. I
bro.
swear to God.
I'm good in them.
I swear to God.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
the
lie
weather,
to
the
you,
weather,
man.
the weather's nice. Could be brighter though, but the weather's nice. Lovely today. It's a nice day for it.
Because today the turnaround that we're gonna start to get some kind of spring weather or something, man. Hopefully, innit?
Yeah, I've been in the sun, so coming back was kind of a disaster for me.
Since
Since I landed,
into the disaster.
It's all raining. And
bro. When the first day back, it was raining, bro.
yeah.
It's gone.
What are you saying, Abs? You good, yeah?
Yeah, man. All good. All good. We're here.
Yeah, so today we're going to talk about a few different things. So the last time we kind of all spoke, we spoke about, your time in Tulum. And then before that, we spoke about, what was the last thing we spoke about? We spoke about like PSG, BLM,
That was one
goal
of the first
setting.
ones, bro.
Yeah.
Then what else have we spoken about?
Talked about Bitcoin goal setting.
Yeah, but I don't think we've really come together since.
No, we've talked about should you like do business with?
Oh,
with
that was the
buttons?
last thing. Yeah.
Was that the last thing? I think.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
one of the
yeah,
last ones. Yeah. We've had
Yeah.
a few.
So today we just want to talk about a few other topics. So we want to talk about like the power of good and bad habits. So I remember me and you had a conversation. Obviously, I'm on this journey now, trying to fix up. Like I'm kind of living this corporate life. I ain't really got time to look after my health and
Man
wealth.
said I need to fix up. You know.
My health, my well-being, and them kind of things.
You moving sloppy, like.
A little bit, man. Like I'm very inconsistent, so I might go gym 5 days in a row, and I won't go for a week. It's just you need to get consistent with it because you'll see
it's a
results.
job, bro.
And me and you kind of had a conversation on
Yeah.
the phone about it. So have you kind of implemented any good habits into your life, like recently?
I wouldn't. Do you know what? I have actually. It's a weird one, just because like I think I'm at an age now where my days like patterned. You know, it's like a pattern.
Yeah.
Like I'm used to, I get up at the same time, I go to work, come home, I do everything's planned already.
Right, okay.
But I've been fasting obviously this month, and I didn't want to stop going to the gym, working out, doing the right things. So what I've started doing is obviously in the morning you can eat up until it's like 5 o'clock, 5:30. So what I've been doing is waking up at 5, having like a shake, so like a smoothie, make a smoothie, go back to bed, and then wake up at 6:30, go to the gym, go to work. And I never go gym before work. I normally go after work. You know what I mean? But what I found is the first 5 days when I was fasting, when I go after work, I'm shattered.
Finished.
Yeah, shattered.
I'm getting to the gym at like 6 or 5:30, 5 o'clock, and I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm drained.
'cause you
Not
don't have no
physically,
food all day.
mentally, I'm tired.
Yeah.
So then it's like, I need to find another way, because I didn't want to just, some people, what they'll do is just say, okay, this month I'm not going to the gym. But for me, it's like, it's part of my day.
Yeah.
Just working out, just not that I'm blasting this weight or that.
Yeah.
It's just part of my day. So I thought, okay, how can I still implement it in my day? So I started going in the morning. So I was waking up every day, have my smoothie, go back to bed for like an hour and a half, wake up, go to the gym, and it's worked the treat. Like
That's it.
everything's fine. I have no struggles, nothing.
Getting up doing exercise early is the one, slightly.
Yeah, it's the one,
The
but
one,
it's
it's tough, but
Yeah.
I think once you get in the groove,
exactly,
the
you're right.
benefits are mad.
Yeah. No, it's just good. It just sets you up for the day.
Yeah,
but for me now, the only way that's happened is because obviously the fasting. So now when the fasting stops, I've got another week. I think I'll still carry on doing it. I just won't wake up.
It's like next Thursday or something, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's like Wednesday or Thursday, just depending.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just like when that stops as well, I think I'll keep doing it. Just won't obviously wake up at 5 to have a shake. I'll just wake up at 6:30, get going and get cracking.
So how
with
do
my
you
day.
find it in terms of waking up before work? So since the gyms have opened in April 12th, I've been doing the same thing.
Yeah.
I've been getting up before work and going to the gym. And for me, the hardest thing is getting out of bed. Once I'm out of bed and I like put my clothes on and that, I'm going driving to the gym, whatever, doing my weights, fine. But actually, the alarm goes off.
On the way to the office, or are you going?
No, so I go so I work from home most of the time.
Okay.
So I go gym, come back, shower, might have a little protein shake and then just start my day. So and I think that going before work is much better than going after work. Because like I went into the office a couple of days, maybe 2 weeks ago. Went in, I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going gym after work. And I had a late day at work, lots of meetings. I was kind of tired. I got home. I was like, right, fine, let me eat dinner. And then I'll go. I ate dinner. It was a myth. It was
I'm trying to eat dinner.
It was a
Rachel.
myth.
You're right off.
It was a myth after that. So no, definitely, and I just feel like it gets my mind ticking already. By going to the gym early in the morning, it gets your mind ticking, and stuff like that. So no, it's good. What about you? Have you implemented any good habits, maybe reading or any of these kind of things?
You know what, like, so this last year has been like weird for me. Like, so I got a bad injury like beginning of last football season, which didn't allow me to do any real exercise for a good 7 to 8 to 9 months. It's only really now, like last month or two, that I've been able to exercise to the level I want. So like, that's like had an effect on just my energy levels, I think. Like, you know, your whole life you're used to being able to exercise.
To do,
like,
what you want.
and like, there's no excuse. There's always something you can do. But I'm not the kind of to be like doing home workouts and jumping up and down in my living room and that. Like, I'm not really, it's not my thing. Home is home, innit?
Yeah.
So in terms of like work though, like, because I'm like self-employed essentially, like, I find I don't have the routine maybe like you guys have, but the intensity of work changes. So like, when I go to work, it's like very high intensity. Like, I'm bang on it. But when I'm not working, innit? Yeah. Like, I'm not working, innit? Like, there's no like kind of there's no floating. I'm either cracking on, banging it out,
I'm chilling.
or I'm chilling, innit?
Yeah.
So it's kind of different from that perspective, but it's different because you have to kind of like find your own pattern. Like, having a routine is so important. Like, and like being able to, I hope now I can start getting into the gym and doing all that kind of stuff. Maybe go back to a ball or whatever.
Yeah, no, so that's a good one. So, is there any good habits that you want to implement? Because I've thought of a few just now as you were speaking that I'm going to try and implement. Is there anything that you want to try and implement into your day?
Nothing. Like I said, I think my days are quite. I'm at a stage, like I said, for the last few years, I've been calm. I've been in a good place in terms of everything's in place. So for me, like, it's not difficult to add things, but I would always listen to, like, if you was to mention something that you've added or you've added, I'd think, okay, where can I fit that into my day? But I think at the moment, my days are just calm. I got a good routine. It works for me. Just like mentioning about sleep as well. Yeah. Sleep is a myth for me anyway.
I swear, you find it hard to sleep.
It's it's a weird one, because I can sleep. Yeah. When I say I can, like, friends that know me, I can close my eyes right now, lay here, and like, I can go to sleep, innit? Yeah. But see, like, if I need to get up, I can go to bed at 3 a.m. I'll get up for work at 6, no problem. Waking up is not a problem. I'll wake up at any time. It's not a problem. And I can sleep at any time. But I can't. See, like how you said, you set an alarm, and when I wake up, I have one alarm. Yeah. The alarm goes off, I'm like that, off, and I'm out of bed, I'm just alive. There's no like checking my phone. I don't check my phone until I walk out of the house most times. Like, so if there's messages on my phone or anything, I won't see nothing until I've walked out of the house, and then I'm alive kind of thing. But getting out of bed is like, I don't see it as a struggle. So like, I can stay up late at night. That's what I'll say to you. When I wake up at 5, I wake up, have my smoothie, and go straight back to sleep. No problems. And then when I say it to like my cousin, he does the same thing. He's like, bro, if I wake up, I'm not going back to sleep for another 2 hours, and then I might as well stay up. Yeah. And then he's like, sometimes I can't get up because I just want to sleep. And I'm like, yeah, bro, so it's a hard, when you think about it, it's quite hard. But sleep is not an issue.
Yeah, so something I definitely want to implement that I kind of did at the top of the year, but kind of got away from since I started exercising a little bit more, is reading. So before, I was reading at least 30 minutes every day. So I was just kind of doing it before bed. Like, I did some research, and they said, if you read before bed, like while you're sleeping, your brain's still ticking over what you've read, and you take it in better or something. So I was reading a lot, and that was good. That was definitely good, and I felt like my mind was a bit sharper. So that's something I definitely want to implement. And I was just talking to my boy David when we went to the gym yesterday. We were just talking about it, and he was like, yeah, like, I get up in the mornings, and like the first thing he does is read for 30 minutes. So I definitely think that's a good habit. But just a little segue off of that, what are you lot's bad habits that you want to try and cut out? Because, you know, we talked about at the top of the year, we talked about goal setting, we talked about, you know, people have New Year's resolutions, all these kind of things. Yeah. But now we're May, like, what's happened to them goals that you set?
Just before we do that, I did want to say as well, so I think similarly, like, the discipline to definitely read 15 to half an hour a day. Yeah. And even to meditate for 15 to half an hour a day as well, like, have the time of silence. And I'm trying to also like limit the social media consumption. Like, as of even yesterday, like, set the timers to like half an hour a day social media consumption for Instagram and Twitter, especially just half an hour a day to start in it, like, because I'm looking at the statistics and I'm all seeing hours and that. Yeah. I'm thinking, that's mad.
Yeah, you get lost in it. You don't know.
Like, and you don't even think about it. Like, you know, you're constantly interrupting yourself, like whether you're working or whatever you're doing. Yeah. So like, that's a big one.
No, I definitely agree with like the reading thing, but what I would say is some people don't like to read, but to even educate yourself, I think would be 30 minutes a day to educate yourself on something. Do you know what I mean? Whatever it may be, you're not interested in something you want to learn about, but to spend 30, 40 minutes a day to educate yourself in something a day will be massive. Do you know what I mean? For some people, it might be going on their phone and checking something new or whatever, watching a video, but to spend time educating yourself, definitely that's a must. That's a must in the day.
But yeah, so bad habits. Have you got any bad habits that you want to cut out? I guess social media is one.
Yeah, that's one big one. Yeah.
Is there anything else? And I would agree that's probably one for me. I probably spend too much. It's hard though because we're trying to promote the podcast. We're trying to do all these things. We're trying to be active, but then at the same time, we're trying not to be on social media all the time. So it's a tough one to balance. But yeah,
I think I need to start getting up earlier, man.
Okay, what?
Wait, hold on. Do you want to tell them about today?
Yeah, so we were due to start poddy at 12.
What time did you get in the shower?
I think I got in the shower like 11:45 or something like that. Yeah. And then man are ringing the bell. These man are ringing the bell like, and I'm still in the shower.
This is what we're dealing with, by the way. This is what we've got to deal with.
Yeah,
we're here, innit? We're making it happen.
Do you know what it is though? I'm just like enjoying my life though at the same time, innit? So it's like
at our expense.
Yeah, it's the trade off. So like, I need to start getting.
What is stopping you from waking up? Like what?
Because I don't have to.
No, but like
he goes to bed late.
Okay, yeah. So is that a problem?
Do you know what it is? It is that. So
if you go to bed at 10,
I'm doing mad stuff. Like I'm up at 1 a.m., 2 a.m. reading like research papers, like dumb stuff like that. So then when it comes to the morning, I can't get up. Like I don't know, like activate. After,
how long do you need to sleep?
I'm good with 7 hours. I think I'm alright with.
Any less is a problem.
Yeah, any less is a problem. But like, yeah, some people are night people. I think I'm one of those people for sure. Like, I definitely feel like
your mind's active.
Yeah, my mind's active at night. I don't know why.
So from night, when you mean like 8 p.m. onward, 10 p.m. onwards?
8 or even like, 9, 10.
12 a.m. onwards, he's active.
Yeah, even like 12, 1, I'm reading like intensely, like online and stuff. So, but yeah, I think the other way is better to get up early and do stuff. And
but you know, you say that, but if it's working for you, why have you got? It's like following the crowd, really. Do you know what I mean? By you saying, "I've got to get up early."
I don't know if it's working, but like it's just.
But don't you feel like your days are shorter this way because you have less sunlight?
But he's working at a different intensity.
But what I mean is because of the literally because of the sun. Do you not feel like you have, especially like a couple of months ago before you went to Mexico when it was dark? Because you're getting up, it's already 12. By 4, it's dark.
No, because you know what?
Your days are myth.
It inconveniences like stuff like food. So if I get up late and have breakfast late, then lunch now gets back. Now dinner gets everything gets a bit like. And if I want to go gym, then how to fit it in? Like, everything's a bit all. So I just think.
I just think me. Obviously, it's unique in what you're doing, but I don't think you need to change and all of a sudden wake up early. What I would say is probably just plan your day and make it work. Because if you feel like, okay, maybe you're saying it's not working, but if you're saying that's you at your best, then work at your best. If you waking up in the morning,
I think it's about trying to find a balance.
Yeah, it's just planning everything that you get everything done. So in terms of like your food, maybe obviously if you're waking up later, then maybe you're.
I think at the minute I'm too like even at the weekend sometimes I just spend weekend working and then maybe just not do nothing as much on a Monday, for example. But like it just depends what's happening. But I think I'm going into some stuff now in the next couple of weeks that will mean I would need to at least have a better routine. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll be good.
It's just getting a plan together.
Yeah. So what about you? Any bad habits that you want to try and cut out?
I want emails. See, like emails, laptop is a myth for me.
What do you mean?
Replying to them.
Just replying, looking at emails.
But no, don't think anyone does, man.
No, but I have to. I'm good at that. I always respond to my emails.
No, I will see an email and just come off it.
You freeze. You know some people they look at the inbox and
I look at my email.
They get paralyzed.
I look at my emails sometimes, and obviously it's paralyzing. With work and stuff, you got to check your emails and stuff, and they're sending you this, they're sending that, to the point where like people have to WhatsApp me or like send me a text message.
Or like check your email.
Like I've sent you this on the email, but they're sending it to me through WhatsApp now because I haven't acknowledged what's been sent. Like emails is a myth for me, but even like WhatsApp messaging.
Yeah,
you see, if it's work, I'm good with it. Yeah. Apart from that, like if it's my friends or I'm a myth. Like messaging, you'll see me. You see my phone as well, yeah. So on my phone, I got this thing where like my phone doesn't go to sleep.
Right.
So if I leave it open, it stays open.
Yeah.
So if I'm doing something and let's say I've replied to you on WhatsApp,
Yeah.
I won't come off the WhatsApp.
Yeah.
So it will say that I'm online.
Yeah.
So let's say you're messaging me next, I'm online, but really my phone's just sitting there.
Right.
I'm not really actually on my phone, but I'm online. Because I just leave it and I carry on with my day doing what I'm doing. It could be in my pocket and it will just be on the whole time. And the next time I check, people are, why haven't you replied? Why are you ignoring me? So like replying might be a slight issue. It's not bad on all fronts. But
why is that? Like, what is it? Just like you're not organized enough?
Is it the overload? Because
it's not. Do you know what I mean?
You just see like it's like too much to take in, kind of.
No, it's not even that. It's like some stuff I'll see the messages and it's blah, 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 after each other, and messages get overlapped, and the ones that are not important are at the top. So I'm like, I don't need to reply, but I forget there's messages underneath. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So let's say you message me, you'll be at the front. You message me, you'll be at front. Yeah. But if I've left my phone, I've gone to work. You're in the group chat with like the boys, this, that. Their ones will overlap yours. Yeah. I'm not gonna open their messages. So then I'll just think, it's a myth. I'm not gonna scroll down. Like there's nothing on. It's irrelevant. Like, and then before I know it, this guy's having a moan up. Oh, you're not checking your message. You're saying, this guy don't check his WhatsApp.
Because you're annoying, man.
But if you get onto me, I'll eventually reply.
When you send a message at 9 a.m.
Do you think in this day and age, for someone not to reply like fairly quickly to you via instant messaging is kind of like, you almost have to acknowledge that they are probably ignoring you.
Yeah,
because most people have their phone next to them, innit?
Bro,
like,
I don't know why people get annoyed if I'm not replying.
No, so if you don't reply straight away, so I send you a message at 9, you don't reply at 10, calm. If I send you a message in the morning, the sun has set and you haven't given me a response.
I've been at work all day.
Are you taking the piss out of me?
I've been at work.
Now you saw the message, bro.
You saw the message.
Yeah, I probably
saw the
did,
message,
but
and you think,
it just means I can't have a conversation because I'm at work.
No, but like, let me hit you back later, bro. Like, you saw the thing in it, and I'm asking you a direct question.
No, but why don't wait? This is another issue. You see what he's saying?
Yeah.
If I can't have the conversation, why am I replying to let you know I can't have the conversation?
Bro, but if I'm asking, it's not like your abs. If I say your abs and you don't reply, it's calm. Okay. If I've asked you a direct question, I need a response. I'm not asking just to ask questions.
But I am busy at work.
I'm busy at work. But then he was putting stories on his Instagram. Is he taking a piss out of me?
So that's one as well. Yeah, how do you feel about that when, you message someone or...
You see me, yeah?
You DM someone and like they don't reply, but then the stories is going off.
You see, my thing is, if I've messaged you or messaged you and you don't reply, bro, I don't, unless I'm dying, then I don't care if you reply or not. I'll watch your thing, I'll like your story and say, oh, right, you're having a sick day, even though I know you're ignoring my WhatsApp. I don't care. It doesn't make a difference. Unless it's life and death, then I expect a reply. Apart from that, if I ask you a question regarding work,
not that deep.
It's not that deep to me, bro. People are like, I shouldn't have to give a reason as to why I'm not replying to you. Whether I'm at work, sitting in my bed, in the gym, driving, talking to someone else, doing what I'm doing. Like, this is not just to you, to everyone.
No, I hate what you're saying, but I've got a response per gun.
This is me.
Yeah, because I'm going to say for me why this annoys me.
All right,
so cool. It annoys me because I'm very busy.
Yeah.
Like, you'll see my WhatsApp will have like 5, 6, 7.
Turn into a counselling.
Yeah, but wait, hold on.
Like 5, 6 like unread messages where like just like you're in like 4 or 5 different group chats. You got this, you got that, arting, whatever. People are messaging you, parents, whatever, whoever.
Cool.
But I always make an effort though. The important things that need to get responded to, get responded to. Okay. Like even if you say, you think the unimportant ones like whatever, I can respond later. Mm-hmm. But if someone's asking me a direct question and need me to answer something and I don't respond, like it's a mad thing because I'm like, but I'm also very busy. But I've got taken the time out to have this conversation. So what? You can't show me the same courtesy. That's my thing. That's why it gets me vexed.
Yeah, but that means I'm tending to your needs. No, but my thing, that means I'm tending to your needs.
No, but like I'm busy, you're busy. But can we not find some common ground? That's my thing.
When I'm ready, I'll message you.
When you're ready.
Like, that means I'm tending to your needs. Like, you see the messaging thing for me, across everyone. Like, you're not. There's people that get pissed.
Yeah, no, it's not that deep. Where I'm like,
but people get not like that. But people get annoyed. Like, bro, they get annoyed. Oh, but you're doing this. But I can see you're doing that, bro. It's not that deep. Yeah. Like, I have a life. You have a life.
I think to go the whole day without like a response though is anyone that busy?
No one's that busy, but what, like,
even if you set aside half an hour to rapidly reply to
no, but to be
over
fair,
lunch, over
on
dinner,
I'm on his side a little bit with that. With like, but why do I have to reply?
Yeah, like I'm doing what I'm doing.
Like I don't want to.
You see me, yeah. If you know me as well,
yeah, but that's
but Connor, you see with me as well, yeah. Me as a person in general, if you know me, if I don't like you or don't want to talk to you, you're gonna know about it. So I'm not gonna disappear on you. I'm not that guy. I am not that. For you to have my number to be able to message me, that means I've got time for you, innit?
Yeah.
But it just means at this moment in time, I am busy. I'll message you when I will. Do you know what I mean? When I can. Yeah. But some people, this guy don't rate me. This guy don't do. Bro, you have my number. If I didn't like you, one thing I'll do is I'll tell you, bro, stop messaging me. I don't want to talk to you. I ain't got time for you. That's just me. I'll make you know, innit, when I don't want to talk to you. You know this, Con. You know this as well, Dom. So for me, if you're contacting me, I've got time for you, innit? So we're good. We're good. It's true though, innit? It's true. I'm not. You see, some people, they'll disappear on you. They'll just not
ghost you, innit?
Yeah, that's childish. You see that? That's childish. I ain't got time for that. That's childish. Me, I'll reply, but sometimes it takes long. So hopefully, after this,
this will clear the air for some people. So
clear the air, but also I'll work on. Listen, we're all about progression, innit? So I'm working on it. We'll get there.
Yeah. Have I got any bad habits that I think social media.
So I'll tell you one of your bad habits before you go on. See your hand thing when you're talking. See all that. See all that.
It's rapping. It's a flow. It's a vibe, man. I gotta say my thing. You know what I'm saying?
Just let. I just want to know. I don't know if we can do a poll. I just want to do a poll or something like that. Does anyone notice how when he's talking,
it's a rapping thing?
He's doing all of that. It's bonkers.
All right, so we've established that he likes to do the robot when he does.
Alright,
when he talks, I should say.
Any other bad habits? No, I don't think so. My biggest thing is I just want to be consistent. Like everything that I do, whether it's the podcasting, whether it's the educating myself.
I can say you.
Patience.
Is no patience. And this ties into what he's talking about with you, like. Has to if you don't respond, he's turning, he's flipping tables, and
in his own room.
Just because I'm having a shower and I'm not quite on time, he's fucking screw face.
To be fair, I saw the message. You said 2 minutes. 2 minutes later, he said, "Any chance?"
If I'm having a shower, why aren't you ready?
What do you think the issue is with the consistency? Why are you not consistent?
I think my mind wanders a lot. I'm very inquisitive about a lot of things. So let's just say, I'll say, I want to read 30 minutes every day. I'll be on it, and then I'll be like, but I need to lose weight. So let me increase the amount of running that I'm doing. And then let me say, I also want to go to the gym. But I also want to do this. So
you're trying to do everything at once
and
mixing things.
I'm trying to do too many things at once instead of just focusing and saying, okay, these are the things that are important to me. I'm just going to go with this for 6 months. Instead of saying, okay, I'm going to do this for 3 weeks. Focus. And then change and then do this for 3 weeks. And you might have incremental improvements in all those 3 things, but if I just stick to these things and do it for 6 months, the results would be a lot better. So I think that's my issue, is that I just try and do too much.
Yep, and I agree with that. That's a good way to look at it, because I just feel like not your age obviously, but the younger generation, because I deal with younger boys within football and sport, their consistency is terrible.
Yeah, so I was gonna say as well.
When I say. When I'm talking about consistency, I'm talking basic stuff. You have a training kit. Mm-hmm. I swear to you, I don't. Apart from 4 or 5 of the players, the rest of them, at least one piece of item is missing once a week of your training kit. So you have training 3-4 times a week. Yeah. You know where you're doing the next day. One item is missing.
So what is it? Just shorts and top they need?
Shorts, top, jumper.
And then one of those is missing.
One is missing.
I think this represents a larger thing. It might be a small little segue that is it becoming increasingly more difficult to concentrate, focus, and have some discipline to see through something? Because everything nowadays is basically trying to take your attention. We talk social media, we talk television, we talk this, that, and the other. Everything is designed to keep your attention in, especially when it comes to apps and stuff, to keep you there. And so for me it feels if you're able to cultivate that level of discipline and focus, you're going to be so much ahead of everyone else. All the kids, for example, that are forgetting shorts, but the ones that are focused, just have that little focus to make sure you have your kit. You're already ahead of 90% of everyone your age. Everyone your age already, just by being disciplined.
Exactly.
But would we say for the younger generations it's more difficult to attain that? But if you do attain it, you might go clear.
You could go in whatever walk of life you go to, you'll go ahead. But also, you see, like you saying that their attention span's like minimal.
Yeah.
I just feel like because there's a lot going on now. So when we was younger, when we was coming up at 15, 16, there wasn't no social media. We didn't have, there was nothing going on. So our minds were clear. It was either, I don't know, if you're playing football, you're playing football, or if you're, I don't know, you're on the roads, you're on the roads, or if you're chasing girls, you're chasing girls, or if you're doing education, you're doing education. Right now, I just feel like there's so much things going on, and people's minds ain't set to what they want because they see this, oh my God, this looks good. And then they see this, that looks good. And then that looks good. And then it's like, okay, where do I actually decide?
If you were growing up and you wanted to learn like piano, like you would learn piano.
Yeah.
Or if you
because there wasn't a lot going on. Like,
so
your mind was clear.
What you've just been saying, I've been thinking, is that an externality of the internet though? That there's too much information. So like talking about, for me, example, so like I'm trying to get in the gym, so like there's different types of workouts. So there's like, you might want to do strength training, or you might want to do a HIIT workout, or you might want to do classes, or you might want to do boxing. There's different types of diets. There's intermittent fasting. There's
all sorts. There's all sorts going on.
KO. There's all of these different things, and it's just like, how are you able to just zero in on something? You're like, oh, this person's getting results doing this. This person's getting results doing that.
Well, this is the reality is people want to get the results of something while acquiring the least amount of information. That's why we're at a stage where like people might read a news headline and think they know the story.
And not even bother.
Without reading the article.
Say that again.
Like people will think they know the story just from reading the news headline. And I think this is the kind of society we're living in at the minute where like, oh, the keto diet, lose weight in 7 days, but you've not gone deeply into understanding perhaps what the implications are, the trade-offs, this, that, and the other. So you get halfway through it and you realize, oh, this is not for me. But you didn't take the time really to like understand what it was. And so I think this is one of the things about like having access to a lot of information. It means you want things like
now,
like instant gratification of things.
But there's also just on top of that, there's a lot of noise. Like on the internet, there's just a lot of noise. There's a lot of people who don't know what they're talking about. Yeah. We see it all the time on Instagram. All these like fitness people, for example. Like you see all these people who have had like, let's just talk women, for example, that have had like surgery or whatever on their bum or whatever, but are saying, oh yeah, do this 30-day plan to get a bum like mine. And it's just like, you can work out 24 hours a day for 30 days. You're never going to get the bum that they have because it's fake. It's surgery. So there's a lot of like noise on the internet. And without, like you say, getting all the information, like a lot of people's judgment is going to be clouded. So yeah, I think that's different. But is that just going to have to be how it is because we have the internet? Like the internet is great because we have so much information, but it's bad because of the reasons we just listed.
No, I think it's very difficult. I see a future where like, well, I mean, one thing is like you have to try and like just be patient, and this is where like cutting out the noise, like consuming, like learning about things on Twitter or Instagram is not a good environment to learn about stuff. You need to like almost learn about it in isolation without all of the noise and form your own opinions about stuff. Like I don't think there's that many of us who have formed opinions about stuff through studying it. Like if, for example, if I was to ask myself like, why do I like Adidas as a brand, for example? Like, is it because just of like that it's popular, I've been told to like it, it's advertising, or do I have like a deep understanding of like why that brand is special or whatnot? Like we don't really have these relationships to things. It's all kind of like, you have to ask yourself how much of what you think is the result of you actually thinking about it.
Yeah,
if that makes sense. Like, I don't know how much of there is.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just think with that, I think you got to find yourself first. I think you got to know what kind of person you are, like who you are from the inside, and you've got to understand that this is me, this is my journey. I'm gonna do it this way and go with it. Because I can look at you and go, oh my God, he's done this training plan. Or say if I'm trying to go to the gym, he's done that. But you got to understand, my body type is different to yours and whoever. Do you know what I mean? We're just talking about, let's say, just training in general. If you don't know how your body works, what works for you, it doesn't matter what training plan you do. You could do the best one in the world. It's not going to work because you don't understand how your body works. So for me, it's like, instead of first researching this and finding out about this and doing that. Figure out what you want to do first. You got to understand, focus your mind where you want to go. Once you know where you want to go, then you can research what gets you there, if that makes sense.
I think that makes a lot of sense, you know, because like I was about to ask, what is the motivating factor for someone to like maintain a level of discipline and focus? Like, how do you like?
So just before we go there, I was going to touch on the point that you said about like finding yourself, and I think this is a generational thing because I feel like up until you were guys about 18, there was no real social media. You had MSN and stuff, a little bit of Facebook, maybe Bebo, all of these things. But you've basically loaded 80% of what you're going to be by 18. Yeah. And you're going to discover a little bit more about yourself, but the foundations have been built. Yeah. These kids from 7 or 8 years old have social media. So they aren't able to form their identity like in isolation before they go into the world and get all this information. So it's difficult. And like if anyone young's listening to this, it's very important, like you say, for you to find yourself, but it is going to be very difficult because you're not going to be able to maneuver by yourself because you have all this social media and you have all this information.
It's so difficult though, because I agree to some extent with the find yourself thing, but then it's like a lot of people are like I've just been in Tulum and that, like there's a lot of people that claiming to like find themselves, but it's selfish. Yeah. It's not I need to find myself so I can be of value to the society. It's like and that's what ends up, you get people who just want to be like YouTubers and not adding any real value to society. It should be more like, what skills can I... There's the enjoyment side of your life that might not bring any value to anyone in society, like necessarily like learning to play an instrument or, you know, working out, or like these things are just for yourself. Those are for yourself. But then there's the side of like, what skills can I learn? What knowledge can I bring that will be of value to society? Everything is becoming a bit too like, no one knows how to do anything anymore. Yep.
So when I say find yourself, I don't, obviously young kids, it's hard to find yourself. You know what I mean? What I mean is, so like the young kids that I deal with, they know they want to be footballers. Okay, that's a good step because you know what you want to be. Yeah. What they don't understand is what it takes to get there. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, when you decide you want to be something, cool, no problem, but don't just decide, I want to be a footballer and this is what I'm going to do to be a footballer. No. I want to be a footballer. Okay, now before I take that big leap of faith and put everything into it, let me find out what it actually takes to get there. And that's when the internet becomes a good place because you can see what the top players, the best players are doing in the world, what trainings they're doing, how hard they work, what they eat, do you know what I mean? But what people tend to do is, oh, this is what I want to do. Okay, I'm just going to do it. And then realize that 6 months down the line, wait, this is not that easy. But then you've wasted to me, I see it as you've wasted 6 months. Or for these young footballers now, if they're on a program with us, it's 2 years. You do it for 2 years, but you've done it at 50% for 2 years because you're not eating right. You're not waking up in the morning. You're not training hard. You're not doing all the extra stuff. You're not going home and you're doing all the...
And even then, it's no guarantee.
And even then, there's no guarantee. But for me, it's like you decided at 16 you wanted to be a footballer. You're going to go on the program and then 2 years finish, and I've had this loads of times because I've been in it. At the end of the 2 years, they go, oh, I never realized what I had, you know? And I'm like, we're here to help you. And I'm telling you, go and find out what it takes to be a footballer. Go and search it up because that's what Twitter, Instagram, the internet, Google can give you. It can tell you literally what you've got to do every single day. You can search up Ronaldo, for instance. What does he eat every single day? They're not going to tell you exactly, but they'll give you an idea. And then you start to think to yourself, can I live that life? Can I do it? Do you know what I mean? So it's not just about, okay, I know what I want and then that's it, and then just go with it. Know what I want, look it up and see what it's about, and then decide, okay, this is something that I can do and stick to. And that's where the consistency comes into it. Because if you can't stick to it and you're not enjoying it, it's a myth. It doesn't matter.
Well, but what do you think is gonna like motivate someone to like stick it through when it gets hard? That's the thing. Like, what is that kind of end result, that kind of end goal? Someone might have the end goal in mind. Let's even switch it up, like to learn a new language, for example. You want your end goal might be you want to learn a new language because you plan on moving to a new location to set up a business, and you want to be able to like get in and amongst the locals, for example. I don't know, but you realize like this is really difficult language to learn. Like you're just not picking it up. You're just not. So what's gonna make you like?
So for me,
like,
I can only speak
stick
for me.
with it,
So
like-
for me personally, whenever I'm doing something that's very difficult, I just think about why did I start this process?
Yeah, I agree with
Because the end goal for you has to be worth it. There's no point starting anything.
Yeah, has to be.
There's no point starting something that you, in the end, just think, if it's difficult, it's usually going to have a lot of benefit for you in the long run.
Facts.
So, for example, like in the gym, like if I've loaded, like put more weights on the thing and I'm doing it, I'm on the 7th rep and I need to get to 10. The last 3 is just like, okay, if I finish this, I'm going to be stronger. And the next time I do this, it's going to be easier. So on and so on and so on. So I think the motivation has to be that it's going to be shit now, but at the end, it's going to be worth it for whatever the reason you started it was.
I think in any journey there's going to be difficulties.
Yeah.
That's just, it doesn't matter how hard your task is or where your objective is. It doesn't matter what level it is. Even if you're not, like, when we talk about sports, obviously, because we're in sports, like whether you're trying to be a non-league footballer or top, there's still difficulties to get to what level you need to get to.
But is that,
you know what I mean?
is that the issue? Because we're all sportsmen and we kind of understand that things are difficult, like we do pre-season, you have to run, there's a process to getting fit. We understand that there's difficulty and then at the end there's a result. But do some people not have that realism? That
I think so.
there's
I don't-
a difficulty comes
And then
before
the
you get the
comes.
success.
Yeah. I don't think people understand that. I definitely agree with that. I think people just see the end goal
result,
and they want to go from, okay, I want to go from here to there, but all in between is going to be easy. I'm going to breeze this. And most people do what's easy, but they don't
100%.
get the big results.
Yeah.
And then that's when they fall out of love. They, start causing problems or issues or start going the wrong way for whatever because they think, that was my goal. I got to my goal. Now it's not worth it.
Yeah.
But because it was so easy, it's not going to be worth it. Nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So I think that for me, like the easiest visualization of that is like music. Like people talk about like overnight successes, but most of the big artists that we know today were like performing to 50 people or like doing freestyles in a block
100%.
and like all of this stuff, build it up like a catalogue before they propelled into
Before you
stardom.
go.
But the people who did just have a one song and like a one hit wonder, for example, where are they now? Like, so if you did get it easy, you weren't even prepared.
Yeah.
Like that.
And when it does come,
that process,
you don't know how to maintain it.
Exactly. That process is your training.
Yeah.
That is your experience into when you get your opportunity, you take it. When you get that kind of one hit wonder, you might get it and then, okay, boom, you've been propelled into stardom. You don't know how, you're not ready.
But you're not ready because you don't know how to cope with it. You don't know how to.
Exactly.
I was watching something on Instagram, actually, funny enough, the other day about just some random guy come up. I forgot his name. And he was talking about, he released a video and I was like, I got 1.5 million followers. And he was just saying like how he got there. And he said you had to like post 1,000.
Stephen Howson.
Yeah.
He was interviewing with
Rio.
Rio.
And he done Rio.
Bartlett.
Is that his name?
Bartlett. I think something like that. I think I
That
posted that
mixed
in the
race
group.
guy.
Did you? I
Mixed-
don't know.
mixed
No,
race
no,
guy.
so-
Yeah.
And he was talking about how he had to post
Yeah, I think he said
1,000.
His first 800 posts basically didn't get much love.
But he had to do it every single day at certain times.
And then
just
it was
kept,
like maybe at his 1,000th post or something. It just becomes exponential. So it goes like that.
and then it just
At
goes
1,000, boom.
Yeah.
Like,
But because when he gets to there, he can continue doing it because he's done it already 800 times. So he knows when I get there, I can still maintain it and keep going. And he was like, when I got to the top, it just went even higher because I just maintained what I was doing and it just kept going. And that's just a basic thing we're talking about. Do you know what I mean? Someone to do something for so long and stick to it. It's the same thing in anything.
But just on that topic, and I guess a little bit of a segue is we talk about this guy, this Stephen guy who's posted 800 times and then 801, it goes zoom. But there's a lot of people who would give up at 799.
Yeah, a lot.
So where is the line between knowing, all right, this is dead, like this isn't gonna bang, and trying to be consistent? Because it's a difficult line to toe, right? Like you both have to say, okay, maybe I'm not gonna pursue professional football because it just doesn't make sense for my life or whatever. People have to make decisions and say, okay, well, maybe I'm not gonna do this because it doesn't make sense in the long term. All these things. So where does that line come between being consistent and just trying to get your head down and focus and saying, all right, maybe this isn't for me, this isn't gonna work out?
so it's the self-awareness. I big believer in you need to be like self-aware of like your character, what skills you have, your abilities, taking the feedback from around you as well. It matters. It does.
Negative
It
and
does
positive.
matter.
Yeah.
It
Negative.
doesn't
It doesn't, but
matter.
how do you be realistic with yourself? It's tough.
That's what I'm saying. The self-awareness is not an easy thing, bro. Like it's not an easy thing. Like we've got people telling other people what to do with their lives, like they know anything about life. Like it's self-awareness, innit?
Yeah.
And and just quickly, like But then when you've identified like this is the end goal, like this is my end goal. So if you've convinced yourself that like that is what I want, you have to see it through to the end till it doesn't happen. If you've convinced yourself that's what you want, because at the very least you'll learn that it wasn't for you.
Yeah.
At the very least.
Just on what you were saying about knowing your skill set, what you are, and to be realistic. I think that's what comes from understanding yourself and educating yourself about you, like about you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and that's where it comes from. Otherwise, some people are deluded. They think I should be here, I should be there, and everywhere, but you're not nowhere near it. So like I'll talk about like just like myself. Obviously, the dream is to be, when I was young, was to be a Premiership footballer.
For sure.
But you get to a certain stage, you're not deluded. You got to understand your ability compared to the boys at your level or the ones that have made it, what the differences are. And my thing was, it wasn't giving up, it was adjusting to the level. And that's just you having to be honest with yourself and knowing, do you know what? I'm not that good. I'm not going to get to the Prem. That's not me giving up.
Yeah.
But to get in the Prem is a massive step. It's a massive thing. And when you get to the age of 18, 19, 20, you got to be realistic and understand, do you know what? Am I actually that good? And you feel it from the people around you. If you're that good, you kind of get the buzz, you get whatever. And then if you're not, you kind of start to understand it. What some people do is, no, I can still do it. And will instead of adjusting their goals. So my thing was like, okay, well, I'm not going to get to the Prem. Might not even make it to the Championship, but I'm going to play in the league somewhere because I've seen other players that have got to the league that are in and around my ability, that can do what I can. I just got to perfect it. Done that, went into the league, and then for whatever reason didn't work out. But for me, it's like, you need to, along the way, it's not giving up because it's adjusting. You got to adjust your goals. My thing is you can't give up because you can always adjust to some sort of level. You can go a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left, and then maybe come back again. Do you know what I mean? But some people, it's either.
What if it's, so football's an example where there's levels to it, so you can find your level. What if it's more binary? What if it's like yes or no?
Like what? I don't think there's anything that's a yes or no. There's always a level to everything.
I'm just trying to think.
You just got to find your level and the right environment, as well, for you. Yeah. I don't think there's a yes or no in anything.
Of course, like if I want to become a pilot, like I either pass the certifications which allow me to fly or I don't. Yeah. There's no like I fly.
Like that's like the football example though, because it's like different levels in it. You might be a commercial pilot, you might like work. For
there's levels to being a pilot.
There's different. There might be a private jet. You might fly private jets. There's levels in it. Same thing with football.
But also, I think that's different though. I think that's a little bit easier.
I don't know,
because
I just pulled that out of my ass, that example.
No, but I'm saying with that example in itself, anyway, that's a test anyway. So if it doesn't matter how smart or clever I was, I don't think it's got nothing because you can actually learn.
Yeah.
You can actually learn it.
Yeah.
Football's a little bit harder because it's not about learning. It's genuinely about your ability and people's decisions. Whether you see, if you're going to be a pilot, for instance, if I'm the boss, I can't decide whether I like you. It doesn't matter whether I like you or not. Have you got a certificate? Yep, you're in. So you see where I'm coming from? So I can't say no to you because you've educated yourself. So that's even a little bit easier. Do you know what I mean? Maybe it's the wrong example, but I don't think there's a yes or no in anything. I think you just got to find your level and adjust your goals. And like you said, it's what the people tend to see is like, so the kids like we deal with, it's either I'm getting to the Prem, I'm at the top, or basically football's dead. Yeah. How?
There's so many levels to play at.
There's so many levels, and you got to understand everyone's end goal is to play in the Prem. But why does everyone want to play in the Prem?
Money.
Because of the money. Yeah. So just because you're not getting millions, can you now adapt your goals to be, okay, I'm not going to get to the Prem, might not make it to the league, I'm going to play non-league. Can I make money from playing football? Because you've adjusted your goals now. So, and that's what people don't understand.
But I think it's important, like the point you touched on about you went, right, look, I'm not going to make it in the Prem, I'm not going to make it in the Champ, but I can play in the league. Like, for you to have that level of realism when you're at the top academy, Arsenal, West Ham, whatever it is, because there's probably people in your area, I would have told you, you're the best player I've ever seen. You're the guy, you're the man, like you're going, da-da-da. But for you to have that self-awareness, and I think it's important, especially because of social media, I see all these kids now, they're like under 16 at Arsenal, under 16 at West Ham. They're getting gassed up with the gal is DMing them, register. But it's like, you need to have that realism that I might not
get to the
and that's just with everything. I think a level of realism. I think that's one thing that I'm quite good at. If I can credit myself, is that I'm very realistic. Like everything is, it's about being realistic, man. Like even like when Terminator came on the podcast and he's talking about being realistic with himself, about like the level that he can play in football. It's important to be honest with yourself. Like push everything to the side and just have a conversation with yourself. Okay, what do I want to achieve, and can I achieve it? It might be difficult. There might be a small percentage, but can you achieve it? And then go from there, make a decision from there.
Life, man. If you make yourself useful, you'll be alright in life.
And I think as well, the people
make yourself useful, like do stuff that will help people. Like, do you know what I mean?
But I also think the people that you surround yourself bring you to that. I can't just say I was just like, I was just realistic. I was just, the people around me, I kept good people around me. Do you know what I mean? The people who are older than me, the people that are around me, they were good people, and they made me like understand that sometimes you just gotta kind of look in the mirror and actually see for yourself. And I just think some people don't know how to pick their friends and understand that when you're at 16, 17, 18, everyone's on a mad journey because we're all on the journey to get to the top. At that age, that's all you're thinking about. You're thinking about, I need to get to the top. How do I get to the top? And you might be doing that. One friend might be doing that. But because we've all grown up together, it feels like we all need to stick in the same lane. There's no harm in saying to your boy, listen, I'm going to go down that route, but I'm still going to link up with you, but I'm going to go here quickly, you go there, and then we'll link up. Do you know what I mean? And it might be for a few years, few months, you don't see each other, but you're all on your own journey. What kids do at this age is they're trying to do their journey and their friend's journey. Does that make sense?
Everyone's doing it together.
It's not going to work like because your journey, you're not focused 100 on your journey. Do you know what I mean? So if like you're my friend and you're my friend and I'm trying to do my own thing, what would happen in a friendship group at this age is, all right, cool. What do you want to kick ball today? All right, cool. We're all going to kick ball with him tomorrow. You want to play basketball tomorrow? Tomorrow we're going to go play basketball. I want to go gym though tomorrow. All right, cool. Then one day, you know what I mean? We're taking it in turns, but we're not focused on our journeys and giving 100%. And then what happens is they fail. So all three of us will fail. And it's like, oh, we done this. We weren't good enough. I tried. They'll tell people that they tried and they gave 100%.
But there was no 100% given.
No 100%.
Where's your 100%?
Like, where is it?
Where? You went out with him. You done this with him. You're playing 3 different sports. You're playing... Bro, it's like, you don't understand some of the stories I hear, bro. I swear to you.
I want to be a fly on the wall in them conversations.
Bro, like one of the boys went, I messed up. Like, I was talking to him a couple of weeks ago. He's like, I messed up when I was 15, 16. He's like, that's what he's like, I should have been at the club now. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, I went to, I don't know what club it is. I'll just use Tottenham for now. He was like, I went to Tottenham. I was there for 6 weeks, man. And like, man, I should have got a thing, but I just didn't get picked. And he was like, that was my chance. And I was like, let me ask you a question. At that moment in time when you was at Tottenham, how many days a week did you train? Was you at your fittest? Was you playing your best football? Was you eating the right foods? Guess what he said? No. So all of them.
No.
No. And I said, what? So you thought they were going to sign me? I said, can you use your brain? Just think. And then he went, oh yeah, you're right, you know. And it's like a light bulb just went ding in his head. And he was like, and then all of a sudden he changed his attitude towards training because now he's like, oh, my chance is not gone. I've still got a chance. Do you know what I mean? And it's crazy how they think. But my thing is, there's no harm in telling your friends, yo, listen, you man, do what you're doing. I still rate what you're doing, but it's not for me. I'm going somewhere else. And even like the older boys, the older generation, they're not like that, some of them. Do you know what I mean? So I just think if you're on your journey, give 100% to your journey. If it fails, start again, or you go on your friend's journey. It might help you or support you or whatever it is.
That's a good one. So just before we wrap up, like, just on the friends point, like, what do you guys want from your friends? And like, do you have different friends for different things? Like, this is the friend that kind of we do the turn up thing. This is the friend I go to for like advice on things to learn about. This is the friend I go to for advice. Like, is it, or, you know, or do all of your friends have similar qualities-ish? Like, they all have something that's constant about them.
So I would say most of my friends are quite similar.
Okay.
Like in terms of, you know, wanting to be successful, they're self-driven, they want to do the right things. But talking about certain things, I would only go to certain individuals to talk about, or a certain group to speak about certain things, most definitely. And I think it's healthy. I think it's healthy because then your mind is opened into different opinions rather than, let's say I come to Connor and I'll talk to Connor about my coaching. Then I talk to him about work. Then I talk to him about the gym. If I wanted to start going to the gym, then I start talking to him when I want to get a car. Talk to Connor, and you know, when I'm seeing a girl, and I talk to Connor about the girl, and he's gonna give me the same kind of opinions and everything. And I think it's healthy to have different people for different things, but you need to find the right people that have the experiences. So my thing is, with my friends, I'll know quite a lot about them. So I know, okay, you've had this kind of experience with cars. So one of my boys is like into cars. But I know that because I'm good friends with him and I know a lot about him. So I know, okay, he's into cars. When it comes to cars, I'm going to him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I think it's healthy to have different people for different topics to speak to about. 100%.
No, I think I'm the same. I think personally, I have a lot of friends from when I was like a child, to be fair. So it's just I'm not friends with them for any other reason than the fact that, like, you know, we grow up together, we have a bond, we have a relationship. Like, I'm not necessarily like looking for anything out of the friendship or the relationship or anything like that. I'm just, you know, there's a level of loyalty there, there's a level of trust, there's a level of just like understanding, like, and that kind of stuff. I think it is important as well, though, to be open to new friendships.
I was just about to say that as well. I was going to ask you
because I think a lot of us are like my circle,
you know,
gang.
We grew up together, gang.
My circle. Like, if you're not day ones, then you can't really.
This is what I was going to say to you. So you see, like, with your friends, your friends that you've grown up with, are they the people you go to, or would you go to someone new? Imagine you met someone. Not when I say new, let's say
what you mean,
in the later years of where you are. Would you speak to them about something, or would you not, or would you feel like
no? I think a bit of both. I think a bit of both. And yeah, I think it, like you said, it's very dependent on what it is, isn't it? Like, I might talk to this person about this person about business, this person about.
But you wouldn't feel a type of way to talk to someone like a new friend about something, you know, that you know that they know about.
Sometimes it might even be better because they have like a more
better understanding,
objective view, because they don't know your past maybe as much. They don't know other stuff about you that might cloud the judgment in some ways. So, but yeah, I definitely think to be open when necessary to new relationships.
So my thing is that, like, I've got a lot of friends, like you said, that are friends that I've known since I was like knee high or whatever. But nowadays, I'm only really forming new friendships with people who are open-minded. So, like, I'm not interested in just like being friends with someone just to being friends with someone for the sake of being friends with someone. Like, oh yeah, we're just friends. Like, I'm kind of getting to the age now where I feel like I gravitate more towards people. Yeah, of course. Do people do that?
No, they do.
On social media, bro, gang, they like all this weird stuff. Like, you don't even know, man. You met at a party.
I feel like girls do that more, though.
You met at a party. What do you mean gang or bro?
No, but I feel like girls do that more.
No, but people do it, man. Even man, they'll try and like leech onto a man that's doing stuff. Like, I've seen it, man. It's all cringy. I see it. I see you, man, doing all that cringe stuff. But yeah, like, I gravitate more to the people who are open-minded. So I feel like if someone is open-minded to like just life, they're on to like learning, they're on to growing. Like, I like being around people who like to like elevate and want to improve themselves. Those are the kind of people I gravitate towards now. So nice, and it's important for sure.
So no bums around you. Don't want no bums around you.
Define a bum.
Nah, I don't know.
Define what's a bum like?
Someone that's behind.
What's behind?
So your group of friends, let's say everyone's working, he's a little bit behind in terms of he still hasn't found what he wants to do.
That's fine. He's not working on my clock. He's working on his own clock, innit?
But you supporting him, or you just leave him?
Like, it's my brethren, innit? As long as it's not becoming a burden on me, as long as we're not going out, he's asking me to pay for him, or even if he is, as long as he lets me, like, it's not that, like, for example, we go out together. The bill comes and you're looking at me. Like, if it's one of these situations, then no. But like, oh yeah, bro, like, I can't really. If you want me to come, like, I can only spend this much or whatever. Fine. Or I can't come. I ain't got no money. Whatever. That's cool, bro. Like, it's fine. Everyone's on their own path and on their own journey.
As long as he's doing something about it.
As long as it's not. You're not trying to drag me into your negativity, or if you haven't found. So let's just say you're at home all the time, you drink every single day, you're doing negative things. You're trying to drag me into that. No, I can't be friends with you, man.
Yeah, of course.
But if you're just haven't found out what it is you want to do and you're not, you know, maybe not as financially successful or whatever it is, that's fine, bro. Like, I'm not friends with someone because of what they have.
Yeah,
I'm friends because
you know
of the
why
relationship
I asked
we have.
that, yeah, because a lot of people now, if people don't look
100%
apart,
100%.
it's like, I can't be friends with you.
100%.
Or I can't be your boy, or I can't support you. But then we all know how people look when really they've got nothing. There's no substance. There's nothing behind that person.
100%.
So like,
Grinding
I would just say,
easy.
as long as you know that person on a deeper level, in terms of, you know, they're trying to do something, they're actually on their journey. I'll go out, and if I know that person is struggling, I'll pay for them the whole night. It's no problem.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I'll got you, because if you're trying and you just haven't got there yet, no problem. You know what I mean? You're struggling. I've been there. We've all been there. Man will help you. Do you know what I mean?
Man will act like their whole life they've been lit. There's not been times when their pocket's been a bit light.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
So
it's
some
fine.
people,
Like, your
I'll just
friends
say
is your friends.
Exactly, bro. That's it.
That's it, man. But any last comments, Con, before we wrap it up?
No, that was a good one. I think.
That was a good. We took some things. I hope you took away a few gems from that. But just before we finish, what do they need to do?
Yeah, like,
wait, before you do that, can we say a few thank yous to the pages that have, you know, been putting our stuff up? And that's
actually, let me do that.
We do appreciate it. We see it, and honestly, we talk about it because, you know, we started from nothing, and when we see people actually seeing it and
reaching out, and so like Newham Street Blogs, big up them. 360 TV, Bobby Kasanga.
Yeah.
Have I missed anyone? That's been like the main.
Yeah, they're the main ones that have shown real love. You know, there's a few others out there as well. We're not gonna go through the list, but like, you know, it's massive for us when we see when you see you supporting us and things like that. So thank you for that.
Big up Armchair Gaffers as well. Actually, they share our stuff a lot of the time.
Yeah, massive Armchair. They've been there from day one. Armchair Gaffers.
Big up Armchair Gaffers.
We need to do a collab. I'd love to.
What are you saying? Armchair Gaffers, little collab get together on the studio.
Football knowledge anymore.
Yeah, well, we can mix it up in it. A little bit of football knowledge, a little bit of you know
live
what I mean?
chats. Yeah, we can do it 100%. But so Con, is there something that the people need to? Or
Listen, look, you've got this far, yeah. Like, every time I go on the YouTube, like, I'm seeing 72 likes, and, like, 0 dislikes, which I rate, but like, I get bare vexed, like, I just want to like put on my hand wraps and my boxing gloves and just go on the punching bag and just like start. But yeah, you know what you got to do: like, subscribe, follow us on the Instagram, follow us on the Twitter. Just keep sharing and just continue this journey with us. Yeah, and everyone who has already, we really appreciate it. Like, we see the numbers growing on the Instagram, we see the numbers growing on the YouTube, so like, we really appreciate it. That's been the Detailed On Mat podcast. See you guys again soon. Yeah. Peace.